Welcome to our posts. Today we will see stories of our/relationship advice. 23 female, 25 male. I had a pregnancy scare and my boyfriend's reaction to it all is weirding me out. A few things happened in the lead up to the pregnancy scare. A condom broke and I skipped my period, I think due to being sick and stressed, which doesn't often happen to me. Got a pregnancy test, F it up as I didn't know how to use it and it came up void. Why do bad things have to happen all at once? F me, was that a stressful week? Apparently, you have to do the test first thing in the morning on a certain day? Anyways, I thought I was pregnant and booked a doctor's appointment, so I was a bit unsure for a week or so if I was or wasn't pregnant. Good news is I wasn't. My doctor went through birth control options with me and sent me to the local sexual health clinic as they have group meetups for learning. I have always been upfront with my boyfriend that I don't want kids, and according to him, neither does he. When I told him the news, he was ecstatic and couldn't wait to start our little family. I kept trying to remind him that I didn't want this, but he was too caught up in it all. I sort of left him to it after that and dealt with it myself. I was stressed out as it is. I didn't need to deal with a whole other person on top of it. He clearly knew that I didn't want to be pregnant, and if it actually came down to it, I will terminate the pregnancy. 2 days later, he came back to me telling me he has it all sorted out. A coat hanger, you might ask? No. He sorted out living arrangements for us to move in together, back in his childhood room, with his parents on the opposite side of the country. His parents were positively thrilled and his mom has tried to call me multiple times. He had started buying furniture online for us and had them delivered and told me we were going to go over the next weekend to set it up and start moving. This is all so sudden considering at this point I didn't actually know I was pregnant. On top of that, I have met his parents once. I live near my parents and I live in my own apartment, he is in a house share. If I was pregnant and wanting to keep it, he had just picked the weirdest and dumbest idea. I haven't actually told him I'm not pregnant yet. I found out yesterday and I have all of this I want to talk about, which I feel should happen in one go. Next story. I, 36 female, got left out of an important decision at work, and it has come between me and my partner, 43 male. My partner, 43 male, of 8 years, and I, 36 female, both work in management at the same small company. Our relationship is generally good, and not in that it's good, but he hits me sometimes sense. We have both worked at the company for about 9 years. We work in an office with 3 other managers and the company owner. I would have described my relationship with my colleagues as generally close and friendly. Up until today, I thought my job was going pretty well. I thought both of our jobs were. My job is demanding, and everyone in my office puts a lot of time in to make the company successful. We each bring our own skills to the table and we are all very dedicated. I probably spend way too much time at work, but we all do. I had a pretty productive year last year, and I got my profit sharing bonus today. It was double what it was last year. I don't think I am underperforming at work. Today, everybody but me and our bookkeeper left the office mid-morning for a meeting. I asked one of them about it and they wouldn't tell me. It turns out that my boss wants to retire, not a surprise, and he wants the 4 other managers, including my partner, to gradually buy him out. He had discussed this plan before, but those times I was included and it was extremely not concrete. Apparently, this meeting had been arranged over the weekend over email, and my partner didn't tell me about it. Nobody told me about it until it was happening. I was deliberately excluded by literally the entire office. I was gobsmacked. They all went to effing lunch afterwards and didn't tell me. It feels like I've low-key been fired, and I have no idea why. I talked to my partner and he apologized, not gonna cut it right now, and said the reason was something like my boss didn't want a couple involved in the company split. I feel heartbroken and betrayed by my partner and all of my colleagues, like I've been professionally humiliated. I like working as a team with them, but I don't want to be forced under them by an ownership stake. My partner says he loves me and doesn't want to split up. I left our house to be alone and I'm just going to kip in the car somewhere quiet. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. Advice? Next story. 28 male, 27 male, 30 female. My best friend confessed feelings to my girlfriend. She wants to cut him out of our life. I said our life and not mine because she says she cannot control me, but she never wants to be around him anymore. So if she and I are together, she doesn't want to see him. She also says I should really think how good of a friend he is if he is confessing feelings and saying I love you to his best friend's girlfriend and future wife. 28 male, have been dating my girlfriend, 30 female, for 2 years now, and honestly it's the best relationship of my life. We have discussed engagement and marriage and have also met each other's families. My best friend, on the other hand, is someone I have known for almost 8 years and even lived with him for 4 years. In fact, that's how I met him, as roommates. Till 2 days ago I never would have suspected that he saw my girlfriend in any other way than his best friend's girlfriend and would-be life partner. But yesterday night my girlfriend came home from office and said we need to talk and told me what had transpired. My girlfriend and my best friend's office buildings are in the same tech park, so they occasionally see each other, and that's why when my best friend joined her when she was having tea it didn't surprise her. But what he said surprised her though. He told her that he was harboring a crush on her since I introduced them and he could no longer keep it to himself since we were discussing getting engaged. He said he owed it to himself to tell her. My girlfriend told him to F off and walked away. She also blocked him immediately on every platform. Then she told me. I asked my best friend what the F happened and he admitted, but also said he never asked her to cheat on me, he was just confessing his feelings. My girlfriend, on the other hand, says there is no point confessing his feelings and he definitely didn't have noble intentions as he claims. She says she doesn't want anything to do with him because he betrayed both of us and disrespected our relationship. I am a little torn here. Of course I am angry at him, but I also have a lot of history with the guy. Would appreciate some advice. Thank you. Next story. 39 female 39 male, I'm losing my husband and don't think I can do anything about it. I'm 39 female, my husband is 39 male. We've been married for 13 years. After struggling with infertility for a few years, we realized early in our marriage we would not be able to have kids of our own. It was a tough realization, but we both decided to dedicate ourselves to our jobs and spoil the nieces and nephews and young cousins we have. A few months ago a young woman, Kaylee, 26 female, moved into the house next door to us. She has 2 twin sons and is recently widowed. She's lovely and completely overwhelmed. She has no family in the area, so my husband and I of course offered to help her with anything she needed. She'll come to us for help with little things. She'll ask my husband to fix something or ask for an ingredient for a meal, along those lines. My husband is always respectful and I don't think he would ever cheat. But I see how he reacts whenever Kaylee calls or rings the bell. His eyes light up, he gets excited. He loves her twin boys, they play in roughhouse with him all the time. Our driveway runs along the side of her yard. When he used to come home from work and they would be outside, he'd take a few minutes to play with them before he came in. So now they're out there every afternoon waiting for him. My husband has admitted seeing them run up to him after work brightens up good whole day. I know my husband would never cheat or betray me. But I see him losing himself in this fantasy of what if this was my family? What if these were my kids? I know he wouldn't cheat, but I have this fear he's going to realize what we have isn't enough and he's going to leave me for the ready-made family next door. I don't want to discuss these concerns with him and sound accusatory. But yesterday I saw him and Kaylee talking outside and I wanted to cry. They looked like a happy family. They were on her deck talking and laughing. He was holding one twin boy while the other was climbing on her. I feel like I'm losing my husband. There's nothing I can do to stop it. I don't know what to do. Next story. I am 26 female, best friend, 30 male, took the side of a random woman over me. I 26 female am an exotic dancer, aka stripper. I do have regulars, but 60% of the time, it's just newcomers. I recently had a new regular, and he is a decent guy, I guess. I don't usually ask or even go into detail about my personal life or vice versa because it's just a job to me. I'm not looking to be friends with these guys or anything. But I'm not rude, I will have conversations and be nice. Well, I was at brunch with one of my best friends, Mark, 30 male. During this brunch, a random woman came up to me yelling that I ruined her relationship, that I'm a bad person, I'm confused and lost. My friend Mark asks her what's going on, and she goes on to say that her boyfriend has been going to see me at the club I work at and is becoming obsessed with me. I told her there are a lot of guys that come in. She showed me a video of her going through his phone, and there were pictures of me walking and just talking to other girls there. I'm very weirded out because the pictures aren't in a sexual manner, they are just of me being normal. She starts crying, calling me a bunch of names, but I'm going to hell, I ruined her life. I must have seduced him. I'm over it. We obviously get kicked out because of the noise. Mark tells me that I shouldn't have entertained him at the club. I ask him why it is my responsibility to find out and say no to these guys who are taken. I'm there to do my job, not keep these guys in check. A lot of taken guys come to the club. It's not my business. He then went on to tell me to just keep my legs shut, and I wouldn't be in this mess. Mark left all pissed off for some reason, like what the F? How is this my fault at all? I see no mess, I'm definitely not gonna even see him in the club, I'm telling the owner about the pictures. I hope you guys like this video. If you did, make sure like, comment, share and subscribe the channel or posts.